We know January is almost over, and hopefully your New Year's resolution to be fit and healthy is still intact this year. And if you haven't started on that resolution just yet,
no, it wasn't. You know, Fred and Sarah, when you give money to a political campaign or to a political candidate, you want to believe that that money is going to do some good, not sit in their account for 25 years after they're out of office. But as we found out, that is exactly what's happening.
Are determined to drive health care prices lower for their employees. The word cheater version on the front of it. I don't know that moms and dads and I certainly know teachers wouldn't want that in classrooms because it might encourage. NBC Charlotte's Rachel Brown is live over in the newsroom with the very latest information on this. And Rachel, we could be set for a big earthquake of information coming out with these guys involved.
Do you make routine practice of going into nursing homes and acquiring properties this way? Did you reach a settlement with them?
This side of the master bed, South Carolina. This side of the master bed, North Carolina. No joke. Charlotte is listed as one of the fastest growing cities here in the Sun Belt, primarily because of all the opportunities in the world of high finance and healthcare. And we are a far less expensive and more convenient option than the Northeast.
Now to that other big breaking news story we're following this afternoon. A train carrying GOP lawmakers heading to a retreat in Virginia hit a garbage truck, killing one of the people on board the truck. We're following other breaking news today at 4 o'clock. While at a press conference today ahead of the Super Bowl, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell addressed the sale of the Carolina Panthers, saying he hopes the team is going to stay right here in Charlotte. A new health worry this afternoon when it comes to the flu. Even before the number of flu cases has peaked for this season, doctors now warning of a possible second round of the flu sometime in March this year.
So does your cell phone battery drain quickly too? Mine always seems to. I'm always charging my phone at my desk, in my car, and then when I get home, turns out it's operator error. And it probably is on your end, too.
And there's still a whole host of problems to sort out. Who's going to insure the property? Half a house in North Carolina, half a house in South Carolina. Who's he going to pay taxes to? North Carolina or South Carolina? A lot of you probably got one of those fitness trackers for Christmas in hopes of getting healthier here in the new year. But could your fitness tracker be exposing some of your private information to hackers? A devastating fire ripping through a home in Mint Hill. Dozens of firefighters worked for several hours this morning to try to put out those flames. Wasn't that a great story?
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. No, great story. All right, this next story is going to be one story that every kid out there wants to hear. A slice of pizza might be better for you for breakfast than a bowl of cereal.
So we stopped by, uninvited and unwanted, to take a peek. We even took a look at the roof ourselves and held Mike accountable for that almost 4-month wait.
Why the delay?
Rain.
Are those your packages? Is this even your house? This looks like it could be a crime. Do you know that there's a camera right up there on the front porch? You could be arrested for this. And if you're arrested for this, surely the district attorney's office may prosecute, right?
How did you even learn she was in the nursing home? Do you make routine practice of going into nursing homes? Did you know that she had dementia? Ma'am?
What you're watching is actually the end of our story.
Those are questions everybody would like an answer to.
The beginning starts here at this house at 515 Ideal Way in Dilworth. Last June, it was in foreclosure and it was set to be auctioned off. 7 bids were made on that house. The highest bid was $48,358. But none of those 7 bidders actually got this house. Instead, it was acquired for just $5,000 by a company called Home Appeal, which is run by Laura Shields. These state records show Home Appeal is based right here inside this small house over on Drexel Place in Charlotte.
Is there anything you want to tell us at all?
We'll get back to Home Appeal and Laura Shields in just a minute. But first, you need to meet some other people involved.
It's wrong. It should be against the law.
Pat Rader is sitting next to her mom, 88-year-old Mabel Bobo, who used to own this small, quaint home on Ideal Way in Dilworth, and did so for 56 years.
Memories on top of memory. I could write a book. I could. I raised 3 kids there.
Mabel had taken out a loan some years ago and had tied it to the house. When the loan wasn't repaid, foreclosure proceedings began. But 88-year-old Mabel wasn't aware of those foreclosure proceedings because she has dementia, as we saw during this interview at the nursing home where she now lives.
She has lapse in memory. She still pictures her home the way it was when she lived there.
Mabel loved her house in Dilworth and has fond memories that seem to come and go. It is sad, and it's hard for her children to watch their mother slowly slip away. Which brings us back to Laura Shields and her company called Home Appeal.
I said, I tell you what you do. You back off and leave me alone.
According to Mabel and the mobile notary that was there, Laura Shields, an investor, made surprise visits to her room inside this nursing home last summer. And during those visits, Mabel was asked to sign over the deed to her small home in Dilworth. The family didn't know, the nursing home didn't know, and sadly, even Mabel didn't know.
To come in to someone who's almost 90 years old and shove a piece of paper in front of them and to do it repeatedly until she was so tired of seeing them that she signed it to get rid of them.
We showed Mabel a copy of the deed that she signed for those strangers while she was lying in her bed. But her blank look was just that, blank.
Do you remember signing this document?
No.
Do you remember people coming to your room and aggravating you?
Oh,
And
yeah,
shoving
big
papers?
time. Big time.
The I-Team and attorneys at the Serene law firm are now fighting to get the home back, as doctors say Mabel wasn't in any condition to sign the house and 2 lots away in the first place. The property resale value of Mabel's house in Dilworth, almost $250,000.
How would you feel if someone had walked into a nursing home and done that to your mom? Would you be okay with that?
So we confronted Laura Shields about her trip to that nursing home.
Do you make routine practice of going into nursing homes and acquiring properties this way?
But every question we asked her
How did you even learn she was in the nursing home?
got no answer.
Do you feel you owe the Bobos any type of an explanation, Laura?
Laura Shields may own Mabel's house at the moment, but she can't do anything with it. A judge's order now blocks any sale or any future development.
I want them not to be able to do this to other people in this situation.
Now, during a mediation between the two sides a couple of weeks ago, the family says that Laura Shields told them Mabel was paid $5,000 for her house when she signed that deed in her bed inside the nursing home. And Laura Shields says she's got an undated check stub to prove it. But Mabel doesn't have any bank accounts anymore, and her family says they never received a dime. The case to get Mabel's house back is now headed to court. With the I-Team, I'm Bill McGinty, NBC Charlotte.